Steve Napolitano here again with Brad Jacobson behind the camera. And what am I doing in a bar in the middle of the afternoon? And who are these people next to me? Stay tuned to find out. Okay, here we are inside the little bar that could, the side door, and it is something that's been around for the past 15 years. It's going to close down this Sunday, but before it does, we want to get back to the roots of it. We've got several folks here. We've got Chris Pike, co-owner extraordinaire, who was there at the beginning. Also, Joey D, Joe DelReigo. That's his friends call him Joey D. Makes me call him Mr. DelReigo because of that. And then we've got Lou Giovannetti, a fellow paisan here in Manhattan Beach, who basically took over from Joey D about 10 years ago, right? Yeah. And has run it ever since. And you're going to oversee the closure of it, or the passing of the torch, I guess I should say.
Yes, we took on a Sunday. Partner, and we're going to have a new concept in here. Yeah.
Okay, before we get to that though, let's go back to the beginning with Joe and Chris as to how did this originate?
So I had just done about a 4-year stint at Mangiamo, and the owner at the time, Hillary, I don't know if you ever remember.
Yeah,
Hillary called me up and said, "Hey, got a business proposition for you. Like, come meet me." And I said, "Okay, what's this all about?" So I came down, and if you can imagine this room, for people who have been here, while he walked in, we sat down here. It was just four walls, floor, ceiling, nothing in it, no bar, no nothing. And he said, we use this room for card games and private parties, but he said, we want to do more with it. What do you think about me subletting you this space? And I was excited, to say the least.
Yeah.
But I needed some money. And that's where my partner Chris Pike came in.
And so talking about those early years though, because I came in, knowing you for many years, and I just remembered that what happened here was something that wasn't going on anywhere else at the time in the South Bay. But I got introduced first here as to the revolutionary rebirth, renaissance of the Martini.
Of the Martinis, yeah.
Of the Martini. But that's where it started here. I know that nobody else, now there's not a bar that doesn't have a Martini menu on it. But it started here.
Yeah, when we came here, I don't know. I kind of had I definitely had an idea in my head, and Chris let me run with it. He just said, "Fine, Joe, whatever you think's gonna go."
I walk in, everyone's got their shakers going. That's all they're doing. They're shaking away.
4 or 5 at a time. They taste good. They look good. It was a fun scene.
And then, Chris, so I look over to you as someone who's opened up lots of clubs before that. What did you think at the time? This was something new and different for you, right?
Yeah, it was something different. Even the clubs that I had up in Hollywood. Yeah, granted there was some martini bars, but I thought, in my personal opinion, I remember when Joe used to, customers would get a little antsy sometimes, and he'd say, "Hey, do you want it quick and crappy or slow and good?" Joe took his time and really served up quality drinks.
And how did Lou get in?
Our first door person was a girl, actually, Julia, and it got very apparent very quickly, our first night, that we needed more employees. She said, "Hey, we got a guy named Lou that works, and he used to work in New York, and good guy." And so Lou had been with us that whole time, and when Chris and I started talking about getting out, Lou was kind of right there, and we decided to offer it to a friend and employee first, and we all came up with a deal that everybody was happy with, and turned it over.
I used to wear my leather jacket, my Yankee hat, and people would come up to the door with their flip-flops and their shorts on, and they'd be like, "How you doing? You go home, get dressed. What are you doing? You think you're gonna come into a nice place dressed like that?" And they'd look at me and be like, "What, bro? This is the beach." And I'd be like, "Buddy, this is a side door. Come on." And they'd be like, "Oh, it kind of makes sense."
It was work for Joe.
Okay, so you took it over.
Yep.
Lock, stock, and barrel. And from there, what was your concept different than Joe's, or
it wasn't
to carry on?
No, it wasn't different. A side door's always been about people, the people that work here. And when we talked about doing a business deal, a lot of it was about saving the jobs of the people that were here.
How big is this place?
It is 387 square feet.
387 square feet.
387
I always said 400, so it's actually smaller.
No, it really is.
Okay.
So, Lou, now what?
It's going to be a new bar called the Red Room.
The Red Room, okay.
Yes, and there's not much more that you can do with this room. This place is very different in that it's not going to be about the style or the concept or the this or that. It's about people walking through that door into this little room and having the confidence in themselves to say hi, because you can't hide in here.
For folks who don't know, besides actor extraordinaire, Lou is a singer extraordinaire. And is that the next step for you?
No,
making that full?
actually, I'm going to remain in the hospitality industry, and I'm going to go from 400 square feet to say 4,000 square feet, and in the area. And I'm not allowed to talk about it.
Oh,
so
have another drink. We look forward to that, though. But in the meantime, there you have it. The circle of life here in Manhattan Beach at the side door. No, I say that sincerely because it really is. You see folks growing up here, and like you now, you've started here, but you're moving on to something bigger and better. So we wish you the best. We wish all of you the best. Thanks for sitting down with us.
Thanks,
and thank you, Side Door, for 15 wonderful years of business down here in Manhattan Beach. Side Door.
Side door.
Salute. Side Door.
Cendan.
Cendan.